I remember when I was young, I would always think, I'm so lucky. This is the best religion in the world. Zoroastrianism is an ancient Iranian religion that was founded by the prophet Zarathustra. It is the oldest monotheistic religion being practiced today. Zoroastrianism teaches followers to be righteous and to strive for happiness through good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. My family is one of the few followers of the religion still existing today. So I was wondering, because you guys keep talking about how right now I'm 22, and in 3 years, how old am I going to be?
25.
And what did you keep saying you're going to mention when I'm 25?
To get married. To get married by 25?
But why? You know it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it will happen.
It's up to you. You can get married later on, like 28, 29. If you
More
want to
like
get married.
45. Let's aim 45. I don't think I'm going to get married at 25 at all.
Just enjoy life.
Exactly. Growing up, I believed my religion was immortal. But today I find myself facing the inevitable truth. Zoroastrianism is dying. There are only 120,000 Zoroastrians practicing the religion worldwide.
Zoroastrianism has really played a very important part of my life. While Zoroastrian faith does not have rigid doctrines of do's and don'ts, it does emphasize to use a gift, a divine gift that we all have got is a good mind.
When I first immigrated to Canada from Pakistan, I found so much comfort within the small community that we have down here in Toronto. So it was just really nice to have this community where I could feel free to be myself and found others who I could be friends with. And ultimately, this religion provided me with a strong sense of identity that I needed the most when I first came to this country. My family and I moved from Pakistan to Canada in 1998. I had to leave behind all my relatives and friends. What was most difficult for me was leaving my grandfather. I was so attached to him, and I was too young to understand I wouldn't be returning back to Pakistan. Every year, I would promise my grandfather I'd visit him. He'd cry on the phone, begging my family and I to return. He longed to see his grandchildren, who had moved to a country out of his reach. In Pakistan, I did not identify with the majority, who were Muslims. In Canada, I still felt out of place as an immigrant. I never considered myself as Pakistani or Canadian. I was simply Zoroastrian. You keep buying so many Buddhist statues, and like they're all over the place. Are you Buddhist?
No, I'm not, but that doesn't stop me from, like, every religion teaches you something good. That's why, like, I respect all the religions, and some of the other, I'm just fascinated with Buddha, that's all.
It's everywhere though.
Yeah.
The new one which you brought.
Oh my god, the new one. The new one. It's this huge statue. It's
But
like
it's
the size of a toddler, practically, and weighs as much as a toddler would. Once I was 9 years old, I had my Navjot. It's a ritual through which individuals are sworn into Zoroastrianism. I remember the pride I felt that day, knowing I had become a true Zoroastrian. I remember being nervous. I was nervous because I knew it was going to be our time soon to pray. My religion helped me gain a sense of identity, something I've struggled with all my life. But this strong sense of faith and identity did not last long. We immigrated to Canada in 1998, and he couldn't come with us. You know, he had trouble getting visa. It was money problems, and like every year he would call us saying, you know, let me see my grandchildren, and then he passed away in 2008, and I just felt bad because every year I would promise him that I would go see him. The day he died, I wrote in my diary and I like begged God, you know, make him come back to life. And I was really young, so I didn't understand what death meant at the time. And I just felt guilty because I'd broken my promise, and I had trouble getting around the whole point, like, how could God do that to me? And like, how could God do that to my grandfather? Just take him away. And I guess, in a sense, I started questioning a lot of things I didn't question before and I took for granted in this religion. My grandfather's death was the beginning of my departure from my religion. As I grew older, I questioned my relationship with Zoroastrianism. The idea of leaving my religion scared me because I was afraid of change. I was afraid of leaving something I identified with for most of my life. Today, as an adult, I've built my own identity and no longer depend on my religion to guide me. I've realized I'm secular.
So Tania's pet name is, I call her Julia, and the reason being because when she was a baby, like you can see over here, she used to like going for these rides. She would say Julia, you know, like Julia means like I want to go for those rides. So I've named her after that. Her pet name is like Julia.
I'm very lucky to have a family who accepts my decision to depart from my faith, although they still practice it. I will forever be grateful to Zoroastrianism for keeping me humble and teaching me to value what I have in life, even though I know the fire is fading. Change is something to embrace, not fear. It's a part of life, and it's important to appreciate what you have before it's gone.